After you sell your house and the dust has settled, don't forget that you might be leaving some cashola on the table. I'm going to tell you a few of those in a sec. Welcome into another episode of the Real Estate Minute Show. I don't want you to end up having lost funds that you forgot about. And I don't know if you've ever seen those websites that they have where you can check like databases to check if there's money that's owed to you from like that you forgot about many years ago, or a bank's holding some like $3 or something. You ever heard of that kind of thing? I don't know. I've heard of that kind of thing. I've checked myself. I've actually found like $38 from Wells Fargo back when I was in college. Anyway, I don't want you to get stuck with money that's owed to you when you sell your house. So there's a few things that happens when you sell your house. You have to turn the utilities over into the new buyer's name, right? So you got to cut those off. Your insurance, you have to call your insurance agent, cut the insurance off. You have to stop paying your mortgage when your mortgage gets paid off. And I'm going to talk about those three. There may be some others, but I'm going to talk about those three in particular. When you cut off your utilities, you might have had to pay a deposit with your utility company. You might have prepaid some of your utility costs, depending on the provider that you have. So when you close, that utility provider has those funds. And I'll tell you what to do about it in a sec. The second one was the insurance. You call your insurance agent. You might have regular insurance, you might have an umbrella, you might have earthquake insurance, depending on where you're at, flood insurance, hurricane insurance, all that stuff. When you cut those off, you're cutting it off in the middle of a premium period, and there's going to be a certain amount of money that needs to be reconciled. I'll get to that in a sec. The third is your mortgage. You might have prepaid your mortgage or a little too much interest. Okay, that happens all the time. Sometimes the closing gets missed by a day. Sometimes you close a few days early and you've already prepaid for that month, etc. When you have issues like that, specifically with utilities and the insurance and the mortgage, like I talked about, those are the three biggest. Those people hold your money and it's due you. And if they don't have your forwarding address, that money just kind of sits in limbo for a certain long period of time. So for instance, you close in the middle of a policy premium period for your insurance. Let's say it's January to June that you pay for, and you close on the house in April. So you've already prepaid for 6 months. The insurance company owes you 2 months of your premium back. It could be hundreds of dollars, okay? And it's a simple call. A lot of times these things naturally and normally will come to you in the course of probably within 30 to 60 days after you close on your house. But again, if they don't have your forwarding address, something gets screwed up, somebody misses something, put it on your calendar after you close. Within 30 days after, say, call everybody, like I mentioned, utilities, insurance, and mortgage, but all the others that you might have prepaid, and call them all to make sure if you haven't gotten a check yet. The utilities, the same thing. They will hold it as long as they can because they're quasi-government entities, and they will hold your money as tight as they can in their grip. So you want to get that money back that you may have prepaid. Same with the mortgage company. Now, normally that will come with from the mortgage company saying, hey, you paid too much interest. Here's your check for $123. But if they don't, you might want to take a look at it, call them, and ask them about it anyway. You could be leaving hundreds of dollars on the table. Don't want you to do that. And that's what I wanted to warn you about. All right, so put that down on your closing checklist item within a month after you close on your home. Have a great week. We'll see you next week on the show. Thanks for coming in.